What is the CI triad in cybersecurity? Answer to this question is the CI triad stands for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. It's a fundamental concept in cybersecurity that represents the three core goals of securing information and systems. Next question is, what is a firewall? Answer to this question is, a firewall is a network security device that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing network traffic based on predetermined security rules. It acts as a barrier between a trusted internal network and untrusted external network. Next question is, what is encryption? Answer to this question is, encryption is the process of converting plain text data into ciphertext data to protect it from unauthorized access. It ensures that even, even if the data is intercepted, it remains unreadable without the appropriate decryption key. The fourth question is, what is a vulnerability assessment? Now, the answer to this question is, a vulnerability assessment is the process of identifying and evaluating security vulnerabilities in systems, applications, and networks. It helps organizations understanding their potential weaknesses and remediate, prioritize remediation efforts. The fifth question is, explain the difference between authentication and authorization. Answer to this question is, authentication is the process of verifying the identity of user, device, or system. Authorization, on the other hand, involves granting or denying access rights to authenticated entities based on their roles and permissions. What is a DDoS attack? Answer to this question is, a distributed denial of service DDoS attack is when multiple compromised computers are used to flood a targeted system with a massive amount of traffic, overwhelming its resources and causing service disruption. Seventh question is, describe the concept of least privilege. Answer to this question is, the principle of least privilege dictates that user and processes should only be given the minimum level of access necessary to perform their tasks. This minimizes the potential damage from security breaches or mistakes. The next question, eighth question is, what is multi-factor authentication? What is MFA? Answer to this question is multi-factor authentication is a security mechanism that requires users to provide two or more forms of verification before gaining access to a system or application. This could include something they know, something they have, or something they are. Next question is, how does a man in the middle attacks, or how does a man in the middle attack works? A man in the middle attack, an attacker intercept and possibly alter communication between two parties without their knowledge. This can compromise the confidentiality and integrity of the communication. So let's repeat it. In a man in the middle attack, an attacker intercept and possibly alter communications between two parties without their knowledge. This can compromise the confidentiality, number one, and the integrity of the communication. What is a SQL injection attack? Answer to this question is a SQL injection attack occurs when malicious SQL code is inserted into an application's input fields. This code can manipulate the database and potentially expose sensitive data. The 11th question is, what is the principle of defense in depth? Defense in depth Defense in depth is a security strategy that involves deploying multiple layers of security controls to prevent system and data. If one layer is breached, there are additional layers to prevent further compromise. 12th question is, define social engineering. So answer to this question is, social engineering is the manipulation of individuals to trick them into divulging confidential information or performing actions that compromise security. This can include tactics like phishing, pretexting, and baiting. 13th question is, what is a patch and why it is important in cybersecurity? A patch is a piece of software designed to fix vulnerabilities or improve functionality in an application or system. Keeping software up to date with the latest patching is crucial to prevent exploitation of known vulnerabilities. Once again, a patch is a piece of software designed to fix vulnerabilities or improve functionality in an application or system. Keeping software up to date with the latest patches is crucial to prevent exploitation of known vulnerabilities. 14th question is explain the concept of zero day vulnerability. A zero-day vulnerability is a software flaw that is exploited by attackers before the software vendor release a fix for it or patch for it. This leaves 0 day for the vendor to prepare and for user to protect themselves. Once again, a zero-day vulnerability is a software flaw that is exploited by attackers before the software vendor release a patch or fix. This leaves this leaves 0 day for the vendor to prepare and for user to prevent themselves. 15th question is how does encryption key management works? Answer to this question is encryption key management involves generating, sorting, distributing, and revoking encryption key. Proper key management ensures the security of encrypted data and controls who has access to it. Once again, encryption key management involves generating, sorting, distributing, and revoking encryption keys. Proper key management ensures the security of encrypted data and controls who has access to it. 16th question, what is a honey pot? Answer to this question is a honey pot is a security mechanism that simulates a vulnerable system or network to attract attackers. It helps security professionals observe and analyze attack tactics without risking real systems. Once again, a honeypot is a security mechanism that simulates a vulnerable system or network to attract attackers. It helps security professionals observe and analyze attack techniques without risking real systems. 17th question is describe the concept of phishing and how to defend against it. The answer is phishing is a type of social engineering attack where attackers send fraudulent emails or messages to trick recipients into revealing sensitive information. Defenses include educating users about identifying phishing attempts, using email filtering, and implementing anti-phishing policies. Once again, phishing is a type of social engineering attack where attackers send fraudulent emails or messages to trick recipients into revealing sensitive information. Defenses include educating users about identifying phishing attempts, using email filtering, and implementing anti phishing policies. 18th question: what is the importance of logging and monitoring in cybersecurity? Answer to this question is logging and monitoring are essential for detecting and reporting to security incident. They provide visibility into system activity, allowing security team to identify anomalies and potential breaches. Once again, logging and monitoring are essential for detecting and responding to security incident. They provide visibility into system activities, allowing security team to identify anomalies and potential breaches. Question 19th, what is penetration testing or what is pen testing or what is pen test? Answer is penetration testing involves simulating cyber attacks to identify vulnerabilities in a system, application, or network. It helps organizations proactively identify and address weaknesses before attackers can exploit them. Once again, penetration testing involves simulating cyber attacks to identify vulnerabilities in a system, application, or network. It helps organizations proactively identify and address weaknesses before attackers can exploit them. Question number 20. Explain the concept of a DMZ in networking. Answer to this question: a DMZ is a network segment that separates an internal network from an external network, such as the internet. It often hosts public facing servers like web server to minimize the potential impact of attacks. So I'll repeat once again. A DMZ, a demilitarized zone, is a network segment that separates an internal network from external network such as the internet. It often hosts public facing servers like web servers to minimize the potential impact of attack. Question number 21. What is a security incident response plan? Answer to this question is a security incident response plan outlines the steps an organization should take when a security breach or incident occurs. It includes procedures for detecting, containing, mitigating, and recovering from incident. Let's repeat once again. A security incident response plan outlines the steps an organization should take when a security breach or incident occurs. It includes procedures for detecting, containing, mitigating, and recovering from incidents. Question number 22. Define malware and Provide examples. Answer to this question is malware is malicious software designed to harm or exploit computer systems. Examples includes viruses, worms, trojans, ransomware, and spywares. Let's repeat. Malware is a malicious software designed to harm or exploit computer systems. Example of malwares includes viruses, worms, trojans, ransomwares, and spywares. Question number 23. How does a virtual private network VPN enhance security? So answer to this question is a VPN encrypts data transmitted between a user's device and a remote server, enhancing security and privacy, particularly when using public network. It creates a secure tunnel for data to travel through. Let's repeat once again. A VPN encrypts a data transmitted between a user's device and a remote server, enhancing security and privacy, particularly when using public network. It creates a secure tunnel for data to travel through. Question number 24. What is a secure password policy? Answer to this question is a secure password policy enforces guidelines for creating strong passwords, such as using a mix of uppercase and lowercase letter, numbers, and special characters, and requiring regular password changes. Let's repeat once again. A secure password policy enforces guidelines for creating strong password, such as using a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters, and requiring regular password changes. Question number 25. Explain the concept of security by obscurity. The security by obscurity refers to the practice of relying on secrecy or the complexity of a system as the primary means of security. It, it's generally considered a weak approach as real security should not depend on keeping the details of the system hidden. So let's repeat once again. Security by obscurity refers to the practice of relying on secrecy or the complexity of a system as the primary means of security. It's generally considered a weak approach as real security should not depend on keeping the details of the system hidden. Question number 26. What is the role of security information and event management system? What is the role of SIEM? So next question is, how does a biometric authentication system works? So answer to this question is biometric authentication uses unique physical or behavioral characteristics like fingerprints, facial scans, or voice recognition to verify a user identity. These traits are difficult to forge or steal. Let's repeat once again. Biometric authentication uses unique physical or behavioral characteristics like fingerprints, facial scans, or voice recognition to verify a user's identity. These traits are difficult to forge or steal. Question number 28. Describe the concept of sandbox in cybersecurity. A sandbox is an isolated environment where untrusted software can be executed or tested without affecting the host system. It's used to analyze potential malicious code safely. Let's repeat once again. A sandbox is an isolated environment where untrusted software can be executed or tested without affecting the host system. It's used to analyze potentially malicious code safely. Question number 29. What is the importance of user awareness training in cybersecurity? User awareness training educates employees about cybersecurity best practices, reduce the likelihood of uh, falling victim to social engineering attack, and improving overall security hygiene. Let's repeat the answer once again. User awareness trainings User awareness training educates employees about cybersecurity best practices, reducing the likelihood of falling victim to social engineering attack, and improving overall security hygiene. Question number 30. Explain the principle of secure coding. Secure coding involves writing software in a way that mitigate vulnerabilities and security risks. It focuses on preventing common coding error that could be exploited by attackers. Let's repeat once again. Secure coding involves writing software in a way that mitigates vulnerabilities and security risks. It focuses on preventing common coding errors that could exploit by attackers. Question number 31. What is the security policy? Answer to this question is a security policy is a set of rules, guidelines, and practices that define how an organization protects its information, assets, and systems. It outlines expectations for employees' behavior and responsibilities regarding security. Let's repeat once again. A security policy is a set of rules, guidelines, and practices that define define how an organization protect its information, assets, and systems. It outlines expectations from employees' behavior and responsibility regarding security. Question number 32. Explain the concept of two-factor authentication, 2FA. So answer to this question, two-factor authentication requires user to provide two form of identification before gaining access to a system. It typically combines something the user know, password, with something the user has, a mobile device security token. Let's repeat the answer. Two-factor authentication requires users to provide two form of identification before gaining the access to a system. It typically combines something the user know, that is password, with something the user has, that is a mobile device security token. So question number 33, what is a public key infrastructure? What is a PKI? Answer to this question is, a PKI is a framework that manages digital key and certificates to ensure secure communication and authentication over networks. It commonly uses it commonly used in application like SSL, TLS for secure web connection. Let's repeat the answer. A PKI is a framework that manages digital key and certificates to ensure secure communication and authentication over networks. It commonly used in an application like SSL, TLS for securing web connection. Question number 34. What is the purpose of a security risk assessment? A security risk assessment identifies and evaluates potential security risk and vulnerabilities within an organization system and processes. It helps prioritize security measures and allocate resources effectively. Let's repeat the answer once again. A security risk assessment identifies and evaluates potential security risks and vulnerabilities within an organization's system and processes. It helps prioritize security measures and allocate resources effectively. Question number 35. Describe the concept of security through obscurity. Security through obscurity involves relying on keeping details of a system secret to protect it. While it can provide some level of security, it should not be the sole method of protection. What is a rootkit and how does it work? Answer to this question is a rootkit is a malicious software that grants unauthorized access to a computer system. It often hides its presence from detection tools and gives attackers control over the system. Let's repeat the answer. A rootkit is malicious software that grants unauthorized access to a computer system. It often hides its presence from detection tools and gives attackers control over the system. Question number 37. Explain the concept of zero trust architecture. So answer to this question is zero trust architecture assumes that threat can exist both inside and outside the network. It enforces strict access control and verification for all users, device, and application regardless of their location. Let's repeat it. Zero trust architecture assume that threats can exist both inside and outside the network. It enforces strict access control and verification for all users, devices, and applications regardless of their location. Question number 38. What is a digital certificate and what is its role in cybersecurity? Answer to this question is a digital certificate is a digital document that verifies the identity of an entity and is used to establish secure communication. It's a critical component of PKI and ensure the authenticity of website and user. A digital certificate is a digital document that verifies the identity of an entity and is used to establish secure communication. It's a critical component of PKI and ensure the authenticity of website and users. Question number 39. What is the difference between symmetric and asymmetric encryption? Symmetric encryption uses a single key for both encryption and decryption, while asymmetric encryption uses a pair, a pair of keys, a public key for encryption and a private key for decryption. Question number 40. What is a security incident and how it is different from a security breach? A security incident is an event that potentially compromises the confidentiality, integrity, or availability of information. A security breach is a confirmed incident where sensitive data is accessed, disclosed, or stolen. Security incident is an event that potentially compromise the confidentiality, integrity, or availability of information. A security breach is a confirmed incident where sensitive data is accessed, disclosed, or stolen. Question number 41. What is a certificate authority? What is CA? A CA, a certificate authority, is a trusted entity that issues digital certificates and verifies the identity of individuals, organizations, or websites. It plays a crucial role in establishing the authenticity of digital communication. Let's repeat. A certificate authority is a trusted entity that issues digital certificates and verifies the identity of individuals, organizations, or websites. It plays a crucial role in establishing the authenticity of digital communications. Question number 42. Describe the concept of buffer overflow vulnerability. Answer to this question is a a buffer overflow occurs when a program writes more data into a buffer, that is temporary storage, than it can hold, often leading to memory corruption and potential exploit by attackers. Repeat. A buffer overflow occurs when a program writes more data into buffer than it can hold, often leading to memory corruption and potential exploitation by attackers. Question number 42. What is the purpose of firewall and an intrusion detection system? A firewall filters a network traffic based on predetermined rules to block unauthorized access. An IDS monitors network activities to identify and respond to potential security threat and breaches. A firewall filters a network traffic based on predetermined rules to block unauthorized access. An IDS monitors network activity to identify and respond to potential security threats and breaches. Question number 44. What is the principle of secure by design? What is the principle of security by design? Answer to this question is security by design involves integrating security considerations into the design and development of systems and applications from the outset, rather than adding security as an afterthoughts or afterthought. Security by design involves integrating security considerations into the design and development of system and application from the outset, rather than adding security as an afterthought. Question number 45. How does a distributed ledger technology like blockchain enhance security? Answer to this question is blockchains, decentralized and immutable nature enhance security by providing transparency, reducing the risk of fraud, and ensuring the integrity of data through cryptographic hashing. Blockchains, decentralized and immutable nature enhances security by providing transparency, reducing the risk of fraud, and ensuring the integrity of data through cryptographic hashes. Question number 46. Explain the concept of malicious insider. Answer to this question is a malicious insider is an individual within an organization who misuses their access and privileges to intentionally compromise security. This can involve stealing data, spreading malware, or assisting external attackers. So let's repeat the answer. A malicious insider is an individual within an organization who misuses their accesses and privileges to intentionally compromise security. This can involve stealing data, spreading malware, or assisting external attackers. Next question is, what is the role of Chief Information Security Officer? What is the role of CISO? The CISO is responsible for an organization's information security strategy, managing security programs, and ensuring compliance with security policy and regulations. Let's repeat. A CISO is responsible for an organization's information security strategy, managing security program, and ensuring compliance with security policy and regulations. Question number 48. Describe the concept of principle of least privileges. POLP. So answer to this question is the principle of least privileges dictates that users and processes should have only the minimum access necessary to perform their tasks, reducing the potential impact of a compromise. So let's repeat the answer. The principle of least privilege dictates the users and processes should have only the minimum access necessary to perform their attacks, reducing the potential impact of a compromise. Question number 49. What is the OWASP top 10? The OWASP top 10 is a list of most critical security risk facing web applications. It's published by Open Web Application Security Project, OWASP, and serves as a guideline for developers to prioritize security measures. Let's repeat the answer. The OWASP top 10 is a list of The most critical security risk facing web application. It's published by the Open Web Application Security Project OWASP and serves as a guide for developer to prioritize security measures. Question number 50. How does a security incident differ from a security event? Answer to this question, a security event is a measurable occurrence that may indicate a security breach, while a security incident is a confirmed breach or compromise of a system security. Let's repeat this. A security event is a measurable occurrence that may indicate a security breach, while a security incident is a confirmed breach of compromise of a system's security. Question number 51. What is a data breach and how it is different from cyber attack? Answer to this question is a data breach involves unauthorized access, disclosure, or loss of sensitive data. A cyber attack encompasses a broader range of malicious activity, including hacking, malware deployment, and denial of service attack. Let's repeat it. A data breach involves unauthorized access, disclosure, or loss of sensitive data. A cybersecurity encompasses a broader range of malicious activity, involves hacking, malware deployment, and denial of service attack. Question number 52. Explain the concept of least common mechanism in security design. The least common mechanism principle suggests that shared resources such as software components or databases should have the least amount of privilege necessary to function, reducing the potential attack surface. Let's repeat it. The least common mechanism principle suggests that shared resources such as software component or databases should have the least amount of privilege necessary to function, reduce the potential attack surface. Question number 53. What is rainbow table attack? A rainbow table attack is a type of password attack that uses pre-computed tables of crack hashed password quickly. These tables contain hashes of commonly used password and their corresponding plain text forms. Let's repeat it. A rainbow table attack is a type of password attack that uses pre-computed tables to crack hashes password quickly. These tables contains hashes of commonly used password and their corresponding plain text forms. Question number 54. How does a distributed denial of service attacks differ from DOS attack? Answer to this question is uh, in a DOS attack, a single source overwhelms a target resources. In a DDoS attack, multiple compromised devices coordinated by an attackers flood the target, making mitigation more complex. So let's repeat it. In a DOS attack, a single source overwhelms a target's resources. In a DDoS attack, multiple compromised devices coordinated by an attacker flood the target, making mitigation more complex. Question number 55. Define the concept of anomaly detection in cyber security. An anomaly detection involves identifying deviation from normal patterns of behavior or activity in a system or a network. It used to detect unusual event that might indicate a security breaches. Let's repeat it. Anomaly detection involves identifying deviation from normal pattern of behavior or activity in a system or a network. It uses to detect unusual events that might indicate a security breach.